G'day and welcome to episode 42. In the last episode, our Troopy convoy made a quick trip across Myanmar as we checked out some temples. In this episode, we enter India and make our way through the beautiful mountains to Cherrapunji.
Immigration, and we're just going to get checked into the country. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward, and then we're here, we're in India.
We just had the cars inspected for the first time since you left Australia. Quick squizz and they're happy with that.
Okay. Down here. We managed to get about 200 metres from the immigration office and then we stopped at the checkpoint. So we've just sat here for about 20-25 minutes filling out where we've been, where we're going. They're taking down all the car details. And I think we're going to be free to go in a minute, and I'm really looking forward to having a curry. It's been a while. So today we are going to start making our way towards Meghalaya, which is a state of India, and there's a part there where they have really beautiful waterfalls and some nice hiking to do. So it is about a 2-day drive there. So Kate and Stephen, the guys in the Troopy, we're going to just drive with them. Another couple who we met a few weeks ago at Dave's place at Podstop. They came through and they sort of said like it was a bit unsafe and that the police were making them camp in the police compound. So we're just going to gauge it and see how we go. I have looked up the police stations as our backup plan, but we'll just get a feel for it, and if we feel safe to camp, then we will. We're going to try and drive for at least maybe 8 or 9 hours today.
What just happened?
Just the start of our military checks. Have to keep signing into the regions and they take photos of cars and
Us.
The border between India and Myanmar suffers from huge problems with smuggling and as a result is heavily militarised on the Indian side. Convoys like this one in front, along with hundreds of armed soldiers positioned throughout the mountainsides and constant military checkpoints and bases, all adds to the adventure of travelling through these beautiful mountains.
We're used to getting asked for selfies from people, but this entire friendly crew of road workers insisted we stop to get a group shot with everyone.
You wave?
enjoying the afternoon.
Yeah.
We're in Cherrapunji.
Yep.
So we finally made it. It was a bit of an ordeal getting here, because from the border to here is about 600 k's. First day we drove for about 12 hours. Second day we drove for 8.5, 9 hours.
Pretty slow going.
Pretty slow going. The mountains, the topography is like really dramatic. We just wound our way through these mountains. The landscape was really diverse. Beautiful though. Roads weren't in very good shape, and trucks were just unbelievable. Which slowed down a bit. The second half of the drive was a bit better. But being really mountainous, we found it really hard to find somewhere to camp. So the first night on the road, we stayed in front of a police station.
And it was very peaceful.
Yeah, it was next to the road, but that's just what you got to do. And so then we got to here, which is on a mountain range, and we were looking for places to camp, but apparently you can't free camp here because the locals get worried about your safety. So you have to, if you come here, you have to camp in like the compounds of a lodge or something like that. Thankfully, we asked these guys here, and the security guard said actually no to start off with. But thankfully, when the owners realised what happened, they chased after us and invited us back. So, which was really good, because this is the view.
So just down here, there's a massive waterfall.
Well, there's actually about eight waterfalls going off. That's a pretty close to sheer cliff.
And then down here, when it's clear, you can actually see the plains of Bangladesh.
Yeah, so it's a really good spot. And it's actually surprising that there's not more tourism here. I'm not sure if that's just because it's so far out of the way, but I think it was worth a drive. And so we'll probably stay here tomorrow, and then maybe head off the day after. Kate and Stephen, they've pushed on and on the way to Nepal already. But yeah, we'll probably stay here. It's been a bit of a rush the last few weeks going through Myanmar and getting here, so it's good to just take a day off and catch up on some stuff, and before we start heading to Nepal as well.
We're parked up on the edge of this cliff. We are able to actually walk down to the pool at the bottom of the waterfall, or halfway down, sorry. It's apparently only 20 minutes to get there and 20 minutes back up, but I'm a little bit skeptical. So we've got the timer on, we'll see how long it takes. And I forgot to mention, we're wearing our new boots for the first time. We've got to wear them in before we get to Nepal. So it was a fun little hike. It ended up taking us about 25 minutes, including stopping to rearrange our cameras. It was to start off with, it was like a bit of rock climbing, and they were pretty slippery, so that was interesting. And then after that it was pretty easy, it was just all staired. But yeah, we've got the bottom of this waterfall all to ourselves. It's absolutely beautiful. morning we are going for a drive and then a hike to go and see the living root bridges. There's a fair few in the area. Some are just a single bridge, and then some are like a double-decker bridge, and they are made out of a specific sort of rubber tree's roots. So the people who live here for a long time have been creating these bridges over the rivers, but with the tree roots. So yeah, I think it'll be a pretty special thing to see, because I can't imagine that they have these bridges in many other parts of the world. So the hike down to the bridge is meant to be, I think, about 2,500 or 3,000 steps down and then back up again. So yeah, it should be a bit of a leg burner. Just started the walk down to the bridge. There was a guy at the parking. He said it apparently takes 3 hours return trip, so I'll let you know at the end how long it took. And yeah, we've got 3,000 steps down. Can't wait. Oh, and there's heaps of spiders that are like the size of my hand. They're massive. It's crazy. I wouldn't want to walk through one of their webs. Across our first living root bridge, and it's pretty cool. Look at that. So that's just a small one. I think we're going to go see a big one in a minute. Pretty amazing. What do you reckon? Currently under construction, so we're going to take a new bridge. How good is that water though? Honestly, like, it's so blue and clear, it's amazing.
So we made it to the waterhole. We didn't have any intention to come here, not because of what it looks like, but because we didn't know about it until half an hour ago. I was sitting down at the last root bridge, and one of the local guys was telling me how good it was, so we thought, why not? And unlike the walk down, which is going to be the walk back up, the walk here was flat, so it was pretty easy actually. So we're going to go for a swim. Because we didn't intend to come to a swimming hole, I coincidentally wore my board shorts because they're easy to walk in, but Dolly didn't bring anything, so she's going in her active wear.
That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss next week's episode when we make our way to Nepal and get prepared for a month of trekking. Thanks guys. See ya!